Hello. I'm just waiting for people to uh, come on in. I'm doing a special uh, editorial because I'm hoping to talk to people about Indie Volt's upcoming birthday. Indie Volt will be turning 4 years old, and very excited about that and the ramifications that come with turning 4 years old. The company turning 4 years old. Um, on July 4th, which is when I launched Indie Volt, we will be it'll be 4 years old, and we pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about what we'll be doing, what we'll be uh, what we'll be doing on that day. I've got a couple special things planned, and yeah, just I want to be able to. I thought about getting a cake at some point, having a cake made, and, having some of the staff who can make it stop by the we'll get like the Indie Vote office, and we'll cut the cake up, maybe share some stories and talk about some things. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about was when we were when it dawned on me that we were turning 4 years old. Um, I had someone reach out to me and they said, "Hey, um, would you like to do a special Indie Volt celebration at this particular place? And it'd be, really cool, we think." And I, for some reason, I was like, "No, no, man, no, we're not, we're not that, we're not that big." And they told me, I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, think about it for a couple of days, please. Think about it. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll think about it because I hate saying no, but at the same time, I felt like we just weren't, we shouldn't be there. And what I ended up discovering and thinking about for myself last couple of days is that um, about 2 years ago, I was convinced to be ashamed of the success that Indie Volt has been having. Um, Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Indie Volt is not named after me. I mean, obviously, my name's not Indie Volt, but it's not. You know what I mean? It never has been named after me. There was never any, hidden like. There was no pathway to lead you back to me or anything. It was just, I just wanted to create a company that would push independent entertainment, comics, films, novels, whatever whatever you had. It was indie music. We covered it, and we wanted to promote that. And I named it Indie Volt, which was I wanted to name it Indie Volt, VAULT, but didn't. But it had been Indie Volt, and it was never. And I did that because Indie Volt is supposed to outlive me. My illness can take hold tomorrow and kill me. I want Indie Volt to keep going. It's not about me. It's about pushing these indie books and this indie content. That's what it's about. It's not about me. So it was never. That's why it was never named after me. Never. I was never comfortable being the face of Indie Volt. Never have been. You can talk to a lot of the associates who matter, and they'll tell you, no, he's never been comfortable being the face of Indie Volt. But the other thing is, so I was made to kind of feel like ashamed of the success we had, be it, the radio, the television. Now the magazine is coming. Um, just constant, oh, you shouldn't do this because people aren't going to take you serious. When we got sponsors, I remember one of the first things that I was told was that, well, when you get sponsors, your hands are going to be tied. You're not be able to do this, not be able to do that. And what I've found is that our sponsors have been very supportive and very understanding of what we're doing. They've been nothing but courteous. and nothing but supportive of us. Sure, maybe, we can't go as far as maybe we would have before we got sponsorship, but the idea was always to be able to grow the company where we could put a bigger spotlight back on the comics, not on us, but on the comics. And that's what we want to do. And that's always been my goal, is to grow the company so that I can increase the spotlight on on the what we're promoting. So being made to feel guilty about it, it was worse, because like, I don't call myself a comic book writer anymore. And Brian K. Moore said it's imposter syndrome, when you just feel like you're not good enough. And for me, I know that I got made to feel embarrassed about Indie Volt success. We never asked for money. We've never asked for money on Indie Volt. We've asked for donations for other things we wanted to help, like Denani over in Cameroon. We took donations up for him. But that doesn't go to Indie Volt. Indie Princess had as a tip jar, but that goes to her. We've never taken donations. Everything goes donations, or we never even said, hey, we obviously if you want to send some money, great. We've never done that. Because if I want to promote indie comics, then I'm going to go in my pocket and do it. And it's one of those things where I'm getting really tired of like the idea that, oh, well, because there are people who want you to believe that Indie Volt would take your money. We've never taken money. We never asked for money from anybody. I guess our award show, there is an entry fee, but that entry fee doesn't go to us. It goes to Autism Speaks. So it doesn't go to Indie Volt. If it did, I'd be a happy man, because there's been a lot of people submitting. I'd be happy. If the money went to us, but yeah, I just felt like, even if you go to indievolt.com, our website, there's 2 banners to left and right. Those banners are for sale. You can buy those banners. I've never sold one. I always give them away to people. Hey, would you want some coverage? Sure. Hey, let me make you a banner. I'll put it on the side of my site and let it ride for a month or 2. Ask anybody who's been featured up there. Ask Ines. Ask Anthony Figueroa. Ask Pixel Trader. I'll throw an ad up there quick for you. Ask Eric Hodson, they're the dinosaur. I will make an ad and put it up there very quick just to help you out. It'll link back to your campaign, to your website, for absolutely free. I've done this because it's just what we do. We started Pitches Be Crazy. The idea is, okay, someone comes on the show, we let them talk about their book. Whoever wins, we back their book up to $50. Where did that money comes from? It doesn't fall out the sky. I go back the book up to $50. There's some comments there. Bristolian Day says, here's the word cake, so we came running. Yeah. Indie Volt, the birthday party. We'll probably have a cake. I'm pretty sure we will. It says, never be ashamed of your success. You deserve a bit of it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Joe says, Varian actually hates doing this video as a face doing the history of Indie Volt. If someone else was available, he'd have gotten to it. You're right about that. Yeah, I would have. Meredith says, hey, V, you always said you want to be successful enough to be a hermit and let Indie Volt take care of itself. That is completely true. I am totally okay being behind the scenes, off camera. I'll run a movie theater, and I'll keep in-game on loop. I'll relieve myself in cups, throw my fingernails real long. It'd be great. Joe says 79th. We should put a raging one out, pay with Nita. So yeah, I'm okay for that. Sorry, Liberty. Yeah. Pops in the house. Morning, Varian. It's freezing 6:45 a.m. Wednesday morning here in New Zealand. Yikes. 6 freezing. Oh, it's warm here. We got 65 degrees right now here, Fahrenheit. Hello, Marv. And C. Michael says, hey, wait a minute, Meredith. Yeah, pair of Nita, so we'll take it. But yeah, it's just, we never charge for that type of stuff. And the thing that I felt I know that I was made to feel that way because I was told the minute you get sponsors, people aren't going to see you as indie enough. They're going to think that you're selling out. I mean, we've got an energy drink. We got an energy drink, and it's like, no, I'm trying to expand the brand of Indie Volt so I can put a bigger spotlight on indie comics. You can ask people who come on the show, like, I'll approach them and say, hey, do you want to come on the show? But more often than not, if you just send me a message and say, hey, can I come on Indie Vault? You know you're gonna get it. Yeah, sure. Here's a link. If we got time open, we got a spot open. Yeah, here's a link. Come on in. That's how it always been. That's how it's always been. It's blowing up on me. It's backfired on me quite a few times wanting it that way, but we've done it that way. There's never been a agenda behind it. It's there have been some people who probably shouldn't come on and probably won't be back on is because they didn't understand that there were other people on the panel besides them. You can't keep the show. We've had that happen, but I felt compelled to talk about it because I don't like this idea that oh well, Indie Volt is we're too fancy for people. We're not fancy, and we're not. Everything that we do is to push indie comics. Every time you see growth, when you see Indie Volt Surge magazine, it's to grow the brand so that we can promote indie entertainment, especially comics, in a much wider format. So we can hit you on the streaming service. We can hit you on the internet radio, the website, the streaming on YouTube, now the magazine. I always figured if I can get like those 4 pillars, if I can get, the website, I can get the television, I can get the radio, the next one will be a magazine. We're doing the magazine. That'll be out very soon. And then there's other little side things. There's the Indie Volt energy drink. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. It's fine. It's just something we offer. We got t-shirts on our website. That goes to support Indie Volt. You want to support Indie Volt? Buy one of those t-shirts. They're $20, I think. Yeah. Nita says she has no soul. Brian says I'm here, start over. Selling out. I've marked down my immortal soul on Amazon. You need sponsors and support to grow. Yeah, and we tried. I've tried to grow the brand, and every day I talk to people. So we got again the sponsors that we have on Indie Volt and the sponsors for the Indie Volt Comic Book Awards. Just phenomenal. Mixum, Blick Art Materials, Gemini Mailer, StreamYard. There are so many people that came on board and were like, yeah, we want to be a part of this. It really is humbling. It's humbling. And we've been very lucky to have them. But again, I've been made to feel ashamed of that. I mean, you have sponsors and people feel that you know what? I want to know who these people are that feel, this way. I always thought it was funny. And I'm going to say something that might be controversial, and you can write in tonight on Indie Volt Livewire if you think it is. But some of the same people who complain about us charging an entry fee, a $6-7 entry fee to the Indie Volt Comic Book Awards for you to submit your comic, are some of the same people who have no problems sneaking a little money in their campaign to boost their numbers. But I don't understand that. they can do that, but they won't put money behind their comic book to and I was asked, well, why do you have to charge? We didn't want to charge, but we are doing this event in cooperation with others. And there was a need to one of the entities that's helped us put the show together says no, there needs to be a fee. Well, can we give that fee away? Sure, we can give it away. So that fee, 100% of that fee is going over to Autism Speaks. Now, the other interesting thing about that is that this is a live show, so it's going to be held in a venue. And they're taking home actual trophies. And it's going to be a well put together event. It's not going to be just something that I'm doing, in my garage or in my backyard. I had to go rent a facility to do this. I was gonna do it almost 2 years ago now, but COVID happened and we couldn't do anything. So we wanted to make sure that we did a quality event for everybody. The other thing is I was told that the good thing about having a fee was able to keep the people who weren't serious out and stop people from flooding the campaigns with just tons and tons of stuff. If you don't want to put $6 behind your book to stand behind your book, then maybe I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. My judges can't submit a book. Any of our judges can't submit books. They just can't do it because they told them that's not fair. I'm not gonna let them judge books, even they've been, it's not happening. So we've done that. But really having sponsors because some of the sponsors transitioned over to just being Indie Volt sponsors, period, and having that sponsorship and having that, experience and the successes that we had. I've never let it get to me. I never let it change me. I'm still the same Varian. I joke. I go on JD Calderon's show and I'm quick to put up a Gemini mailer, or I'm very quick to mention Crayola. And I do that in jest, but I am very, very thankful for those company sponsorships, stamps.com. There's so many. I'm always forgetting them now. Except for when I'm on the show, then I remember them. But yeah, guys, it's just we're not Indie Volt. I'm not taking anybody's money. We've never been there. We've always been out to help. Again, ask people. Have I ever asked for donations? Never. We've never asked for donations ever. And as I go in my own pocket for a lot of this stuff, if someone wants to donate, we're not going to turn it away. But I don't need to survive. I don't need it to keep Indie Volt going. Indie Volt will keep going. Even it's set up to go, even if I'm not here to run it, because it never was meant to be something that will push me. It was meant to push you watching with the indie comic. It's meant to push that person in their bedroom right now who just decided they're going to make a comic book. It's meant for them. I don't have to be a part of it. I can step away and let it run with other people. There's so many people who've come through Indie Volt's doors who know who can run this company, and they do a really fantastic job at it. Who've helped, who've done things to push it forward. Just phenomenal talent that I'm thankful to know. But it was never meant to be about me, and I won't let it be about me. I mean, I'll we'll do little stickers with us and everything, and we got some little tchotchkes coming, but it's not meant to be, the Varian Grant network. I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in the chat here. Man, it supports Indie Volt. Thank you, Pops. I appreciate it. Yeah, Bristol says becoming more successful does not equal selling out. Well, the thing is, Dave, is that there are people who will tell you, yeah, you sold out because you've left the pack, you've left the idea. I think I haven't left. I didn't even leave the pack. It's like I thought we were all going this way. When turns out I like promoting independent entertainment. I've got footage I'm still editing of concerts we filmed with independent bands. We would go to the machine shop and the Flint local up in Flint, Michigan. We'd go up there and we'd talk to these bands and record for Indie Volt TV. So much stuff going on, so much stuff happening, and it's a lot of stuff that I have to go back and redo and edit. And but it's never meant to be about, I never asked anybody for money. Never told those bands, musicians, they have to pay us anything. That's never happened. Not for me. Brian says, seriously, do so much for the creative community, Variant. It's mostly the bottom feeders who won't put out the effort to squawk the loudest. Yeah, I mean, everyone does this thing their own way, and that's fine. But I need people to understand that Indie Volt will be fine. It's structured so that it'll be fine. I'm in a blessed position financially where I can do things that I want to do. Maybe not as big as I want to do them because I do got a 10-year-old, but and a wife who likes to spend. Anyway, malfunctions. About to launch my Incredible Girl #1 comic on Kickstarter in the month. Can I come on and talk about it sometimes? Absolutely. That's what we're here for. Just shoot me a message on Facebook, on the Indie Volt Twitter. Shoot us a message. Someone will get it. Indie Volt Facebook. Someone will get the message, and we'll book you. Mars says, F those people, Varian. F those people. If they don't know how to make business, pay some classes. F them. Jealousy is a pain in the ass. It is. And there are, look, Marv, there was a time, was it last year, where I started to wonder. It was like, okay, people couldn't take Indie Volt from me. So they decided they were going to try to destroy it. Honestly. They couldn't take it from me, so they thought, okay, I'm going to destroy it. And sometimes I wonder, like, what did I do? And I don't think I did anything wrong. I just think that I wasn't supposed to have Indie Volt. I'm not supposed to have it. And you can take from that what you will, but I'm not supposed to have this. We got our third plunge, comic, anime, and pop culture convention. I couldn't do it without my local city supporting businesses. I mean, support is that's what the sponsors do, and we turn around and get a support to everyone else. They sponsor us, we sponsor all these books. That's what Pitches to Be Crazy is. It's just we didn't want to have a show where we're shaking our finger in the creators' faces. We wanted to have a show where we're having fun, so we have the creators. As a matter of fact, when Mike was on, he did not win, but he still got a backer or two. He didn't win, but he still got 2 backers. And the person who did win, they got their money. So it behooved Mike to come on. Even if he didn't win, he still got backers from someone watching and saying, hey, I like this book anyway. I'm going to back it. So, yeah, I mean, we want the Pitches to Be Crazy is a very funny show and a very fun show. I'm very happy it's on Indie Volt. We able to do that. We ever do that pretty much every week. It's coming back this weekend, as a matter of fact. I haven't had it for the last couple of weeks, but it's coming back this week. On July 10th here in New Zealand. Let's see. Pop says those fees will bring out the haters every time, even a mere $2. Well, it wasn't to me. It's you don't have to pay it. We have a fans choice category where you can submit. We have a fans choice category. But we only ask for the other ones, the other money, just because it's a fee, and we have judges who will be coming and reading all these books, and we've got a ton of books. Let me say this: the fee has not made anybody say no. It has not turned. If it has turned somebody away, we haven't noticed, because I'm still getting books. I'm still getting people signing up. I just got 2 new signups this morning. I got books that I gotta go pick up that have been sent to us. So it's not deterring anybody from entering. If it's deterring you from entering, then you're in a very small category, because no one has said, oh my gosh, no one's clutching their pearls because we're asking for $6 to enter. But there is a free category. If you want to enter your book, yeah, there's a free category there. Nita says, and the same rigging their little shows deceiving their way through the industry. Not today, Satan. Let's go of the guilt V. Everyone who matters knows you just doing what you love and not fucking anyone except Chris. But she's cool with it. Yeah, she is. She's usually cool with it. Usually, unless it's like yeah. My friend says it's hard to build something. Those who haven't tried will never know how tough it is. Yeah, I mean, there's been some 72-hour non-sleep days where it's like, okay, I haven't slept in 3 days. Now I'm gonna hit the hay, and I'll see you guys. And that's happened. So it's a lot of hard work. You're right. They don't see it. How dare you charge me something that will help me make money? And we have a door charge for $350 US, $75 for table for businesses, zeroed for community groups. If we could do it free next year, that'll be something we'll do. But there is an entry fee charge, and it's theirs, and nothing I can do about it. If it's making if the person doesn't want to enter, perfectly fine. I'm doing my comment. Thanks to Indie Volt and friends. A lot of support from everyone from this channel. Thank you so much for believing in me, Marv. Again, Indie Volt was made for creators. It's made for people who want to put out something. That's what it's made for. It wasn't you won't catch me, sneaking in my stuff. You guys will have to talk to Nita and Meredith. As a matter of fact, especially Meredith was there for this one. I know she was there. I was a part of a company called Terraform Comics, and I got yelled at because I never included Terraform in my opening spiel about who I was. I also would forget a lot of times Last Call Comics, the publishing company that I own. I'd forget it. And I was taken to task for it. I was like, hey, you need to mention that you're a part of this company, that you're a founding member. And my thing was always, separation of what I do over here versus what I do here, because I never wanted to seem like I was going to put, I don't like it when I see people who have a project. It's like, okay, let's say that I'm a rapper and somehow I get Eminem to take pity on me and come on my show. And while he's talking, I say, thanks, Em. Appreciate you coming on. 1 second, go get back to Eminem. By the way, check out my new CD in stores Friday, blah, 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 or you can order. I always felt that was kind of like, it's totally fine to most people, but for me, I didn't like doing it. So I would never say that I was, a part of any company. I would just say, hey, I'm the founder of Indie Volt Media LLC. Blah, 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 blah. I had a speech, a spiel, pretty much the same spiel I give now, and I would never mention it. And then I was told, hey, you got to start mentioning that. And I put up a little resistance because I was like, I don't know, man. That just won't people get mad? Won't they think I'm giving favoritism? Won't they think that I'm playing the favorites? And I started mentioning it, and I didn't play favorites at all, but I started mentioning it. And I would mention the product we were putting out at that time. I would mention it on the show, but I always just felt like, man, I'm supposed to be pushing other people besides myself. That's why I started it. I wanted to push people besides me. Now, Randy will tell you. Randy made the Indie Volt Revolt magazine, comic, and he would tell me, you didn't mention it today. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But for me, it was like, no big deal. It's an Indie Volt product. And that's how I felt about it. It was an Indie Volt product. No big deal. We didn't mention it. Oh, well, which it shouldn't be that way, but that's just how I felt. Like it, just mentioning it, talking about it didn't do much for everybody else. Every minute I took talking about one of my projects took away from talking about someone else's project. Same with Laura. Lola called hell trying to talk about Laura. She had to remind me constantly in private messages, hey, my book. Comic Talk, Apostle Van says, I, on the other hand, am a broke dick that needs help to keep my show on. LOL, sign prints, comics, original art drawings for donations. We thought about some stuff like that. We're setting up a Patreon right now. We're gonna release some trading cards, specialized trading cards, but that's about a month or so from happening. If we're gonna get support, because we're gonna give you something in return for it. And it won't be digital anything. It'll be something that we're gonna give you. It's gonna be of value. You guys might have to watch. Give me a second here. There's gonna be some noise at my door in a little while, but I'll mute it so you don't hear my dogs going crazy. And then I wanted to get into one more thing before I let you guys get out of here. Good stuff. Comics Gator says, "Hell, Chad, hell, host with the most, and crack back. Hello." Hell pops, hell, good stuff. Let's see here. When they push, you work harder. Yeah, we try to. Need to check your DM, says Pops. Joe says, again, interview shows how serious you are about your book and the content in it. That's what everyone keeps telling me. And I gotta say, the content we've got, it's been some really good stuff. I mean, for me, one of the biggest honors was when Russ Leach entered. Yeah, when Russ Leach entered, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is cool. Meredith says, when there's a smooth running operation, people think it's easy. It's because they never see the sleepless nights, the work hours, and overhead costs for making everything look smooth and easy. Yeah. And she also says, I struggle with separation of all things because I do all the things and I don't have the time to separate it. Find my links on my link forest. Exactly. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that. My dogs are going to start barking in a minute, but I'll try to talk over them or mute them if they become too loud. But you guys can see, like I'm talking about the dogs now. Some people don't even know I have dogs, and that's something that I know one of my sponsors had mentioned. They said, we know everyone's stuck at home, but you guys do very well for professional in terms of professionalism. We don't, no one's behind me slamming a bunch of dishes. Trust me, there's been so because we time everything right here. So what time are you going to cook? Till when? Okay, because I have to be on air at this time. We really schedule a lot of stuff around here, really tight sometimes, so we can get stuff done and bring you a professional or as professional presentation as we possibly can. I didn't open an Indie Volt studio. Right before, actually, right during the like close down, I was looking at office space. I was gonna open an office and we were gonna do our studio work from there. And I got told, not to, for a lot of reasons, a lot of good reasons, but some of the reasons were for haters. Some of the reasons were because people were jealous. They didn't want me to open it because it would make them look bad. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna open the office because I think that for me, it's not fair to keep my family quiet. So it's not fair to tell my family you you, you can't you guys can't do you guys can't be cool. You guys gotta be quiet. You guys gotta do. It's not fair. It's not fair for me to do that to them. So I'm not going to. So at some point, I may have to move that office. I'm gonna have to move the studio and have a studio. Comic Talk says exactly. I want to get something, not just ask for money. So I offer different tiers of pledges, just like Patreon, no middleman. Yeah. Smash that like and share stream. Appreciate it. Narrative nailed it. Dave says Russ Leach is the top bloke. He's a real asset to our CGU's K group. Yeah, Russ is the gem. Only Russ can save us. Brian says, I don't mind talking about my own work on the air, but I often forget to. If it wasn't for my listeners pimping for me, no one would know what I do outside of my on air work. Dave says, office is a good idea, separate from work and family life. And Joe says, Varian Grant, do what you must to succeed and inspire others to reach that level. Yeah, the thing is, the office is going to cost. I already got a Liberty facility, but the studio is going to cost. But it's to that point where you have to start putting money back into your company to grow it. And the cool thing is it'll allow me to do other things. So it will allow for some of these pre-taped things that I've wanted to do for a while, but just don't have the space to do because you're working from home. The other thing is, again, sponsors, with sponsors does come a little bit of being able to move around a little bit of money. So we're very happy about that. I'm very happy about it. And I don't want anybody to ever think, though, that Indie Volt links are too big for them. That's not the case at all. We'll always be, here for the independent comic. It's just the way I format it and the way I put this company together. It wasn't meant to be. I didn't create this to fail, and I didn't create it to just sit on the sidelines and do nothing. I wanted to be, I looked at companies who are walking around with huge cameras, and usually one of the cameras I bought for Indie Volt, it's a big boy. So much, in fact, that I had to actually have one or two friends of mine carry it because I can't it's a shoulder mount camera and I can't hold that thing. But when I seen people and companies at shows walk through Artist Alley, and no disrespect to those companies and to those artists, but they would look over 5 or 7 good creators to talk to somebody who has a bit of a name. It's like, well, okay, can you say for every like 4 good creators, or 4, I won't say good, but 4 well-known creators you talk to, couldn't you talk to one lesser known or one unknown creator? Couldn't you do that? And they wouldn't. They just walk through and you see all these people in the artists, oh, here they come. And they straighten up their stuff and they think maybe they'll talk to me. And they just walk right past them. So I'm like, okay, you know what? When I did Indie Volt and we're gonna go to cons, I'm gonna buy the same type of camera, the same type of lighting, and we're gonna talk and we're gonna stop and talk. And you can ask. We did Space 2 years ago now, and we went to every table in Space. Every table. I mean, it was a long time, but we went to every table in that venue. And I talked to everyone, and editing that stuff was, and I'm still editing some of it, but it was a small show. It's not that, I mean, it's big, but it's just indie guys. And we went to every table talking to everyone. Pop says a room in Liberty Warehouse for a studio acoustic would be awesome. No, I don't want to have it there. I don't want to have it in the same warehouse. Originally I thought I could, but I can't. So yeah, it's no room for it there. Sean Dean says people seem to have nothing better to do than stick the noses where they don't belong. I think, Sean, for me, it's a bit of that, and it's also a bit of, again, I'm not supposed to have this. There's a bit of jealousy. Yeah, I'm not supposed to have this. And I've had people tell me, hey, you should give it to me. Give it to me. Give me your Indie Volt stuff and I'll handle it. And it's like, oh, well, okay, you want it. I understand. Well, what do you want to do with it? I mean, well, I'm going to put my name on it and I'm going to turn it into my thing. Well, okay, that doesn't really work. I mean, why, and trust me, they don't even want Indie Volt. They just don't want me to have it. That's, I hate to say it, but that's just how it is. Hope you guys can read what I'm saying in there. I'm not supposed to have it. You could do live streams right here as the product goes out the door. I probably will do something like that. I probably will do something very close to that. But yeah, I just want to tell you guys that, I appreciate all the support that you do give us. I appreciate all the likes and subscribes on the YouTube. If you want to really support us, go over to that YouTube, hit subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Nita Lanning's doing a fantastic job growing the Twitter. I really do appreciate everyone's help. Dread Dinosaur in this says, "What's up, boss man? Happy birthday to the vault, and many more to come. We are growing. We are, gonna be 4 years old, July 4th. So, Indie Volt has been going for a while. It's weird because I bought the domain name longer than 4 years ago, but okay. I didn't launch the site until 4 years ago, though. Pop says, I've had that happen. Crime has its own appeal. And Mars says, keep creating what comes to your mind and let the buttholes cry about it. Also, Joe says, help push liberty entertainment distribution. That's right. I try to push liberty all the time, but I also remember that I own it and I got to put that out my head because I'm pushing other people's books getting distributed. So that's been something I've worked with. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with me. I just wanted to explain, where I've been mentally, where I just came out of being ashamed of the success that Indie Volt has had, being ashamed of that success, being refusing with that success in it too, and the benefits that come with it. Which I should have never done. It's and I won't do in the future. I'm not going to brag, but I'm going to take the benefits that come along with having a successful platform so that we can keep putting a bigger spotlight on indie books. And that's what matters. So it's here. All right, there we go. So yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm sending messages out. Surge Magazine, yeah, Surge Magazine. Eric Hodson and Morgan Austin got the cover for that one. Really excited for that one. I don't know if I still have the graphic in here. Do I? Yeah, it is the graphic. Boom. Surge Magazine, there it is. Surge Magazine coming very, very soon. I will post a link when it's available, and you can get it. It's gonna be right now probably a quarterly magazine sent right to your doorstep. Imagine Game Informer and Game Pro had a baby that liked comics. And actually, Game Informer, or Game Pro and Wizard had a baby, and it focused on indie comics. That's what Surge Magazine is. Physical magazine sent right to your doorstep. It's going to cover indie comics. First magazine is due out very, very soon. I'm seeing pages from it almost every day, so I'm excited for it. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. I know you got a very busy Tuesday ahead of you. Bob says he supports liberty on all the shows. Thank you. Daphne says it ain't bragging if you done it. And Varian and Brian K. Morris have a lot to do. CromCon still rolling. They're a great inspiration. I appreciate them. Appreciate it, Pops. I try to help as many people as I can. As many people as I can. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, Daphne. I don't want to cut you off. There are people who brag and they did nothing. Don't let them convince you. You can't get to be proud of what you've actually done. Yeah, that's what's happened. They've convinced me that I can't be proud of the success because if you do that, then you're not indie. And I'm like, well, okay. I want Indie Volt to be as big as it can so I can make sure that I promote comics to the biggest audience that I can. And indie film and indie music, just indie entertainment. Because the people creating the really cool stuff, in my opinion, they're all indie. There's some stuff in the mainstream that is cool too, but a lot of the stuff that's happened is all independent stuff. And it looked really cool. And I want to promote that. I want to talk about that to the biggest audience I possibly can. If I got to grow Indie Volt to do it, that's what we're going to do. So I'm no longer holding back and no longer taking these sitting back and he says sorry, if I'm not seeing your comments in the live stream, let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry, it says comment 7 times live stream, all went unseen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Larry says he commented in the live stream. I don't see it on my side, so I'm sorry. I don't know. It might be if you're commenting through Facebook, it might be a delay because all I'm seeing are YouTube comments. Could be a problem there. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing anything though. I can share my. Let me see if I share my screen. Sorry, guys, you're gonna get a little bit of vertigo here. I'm gonna share my screen here, but you guys can see all I see on my side of my page. I don't see anything. All I see is just yeah. So I don't see any comments. I'm sorry if I missed your comments. So but please feel free to reach out to me. Facebook or whatever, anything I said, if I'll upset you, let me know. I'm glad to talk about it. Happy to talk about it. But again, we aren't trying to take anyone's money here at Indie Volt. A lot of stuff I do for free. If you want to add on Indie Volt, pop on and tell me. And I'm happy to talk to you about it. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm going to make sure that everyone keeps getting quality independent comic news from Indie Volt. You guys stay safe. Keep yourselves let's see. I'll look into that. Sorry, I got another message, so I got to look into something. Okay, guys, you guys have a great Tuesday. I'll see you later tonight, 9 p.m. on Indie Volt Live Wire. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. I know I say that every week, but it's going to be especially special tonight. Check it out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.